Now, from the studios of Into Tomorrow in Miami, this is ITTV.
Hello, Into Tomorrow viewers. I'm Dave Graveline. Thanks for joining us for this week's ITTV web show. We hope you're enjoying your Thanksgiving weekend, or if you're watching this afterwards, that you had a great Turkey Day. The holidays are fast approaching, and we want you to be a part of our celebrations this season. Use our free Into Tomorrow app to send us your audio holiday greeting. We just ask that you keep it to 10 seconds or less, just audio. We'll add music. To give you an example, here's one that was recently submitted by one of our listeners, Ricky from the Woodlands, Texas.
Hey y'all, this is longtime listener Ricky in the Woodlands, Texas, wishing our deployed troops a happy holiday season, prosperous new year, and safe returns. Make sure y'all do Dave a favor and listen to the Into Tomorrow show and check out the ITTV videos. I know it's Christmas, but if you watch them long enough, you might just find an Easter egg. And now back to you, Dave.
Thanks, Ricky. If you don't have our app yet, visit the iTunes App Store or the Google Play Store and get it for free now and send us your holiday rejoin. We also want you to be part of our Christmas tech tree here in our Into Tomorrow radio and TV studios. Just snap a picture of yourself with your favorite piece of technology or with a tech item that you'd like Santa to bring you this year. Maybe from a nearby store. Have a friend take a picture with you. Then post that picture to our Facebook page at fb.com/intotomorrow or email it to us at askdave@graveline.com. We'll print it out and hang you on our tree for all to see. We just might even send you a prize for doing so as well. One of the most popular gift categories for the holidays is digital cameras. So we thought we'd revisit a product spotlight segment we did recently where we talked about cool new lines of digital cameras and goodies. Always a pleasure to have our next guest with us, and especially when he can be in studio because he always brings cool things to share. He is, in fact, the director of the Alpha Camera Systems for Sony Electronics. Mike Kahn, always a pleasure to have you with us. Welcome back Into Tomorrow. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, David. Thanks.
Brought us some neat things. Let's talk about how, first of all, let's get into some really cool cameras that undoubtedly you're very proud of.
Absolutely. So here we have what is the Alpha Camera Systems. This is a traditional Alpha DSLR A77. This is the one that you guys actually use in your studio production. This is your camera. And right next door to it is the camera that I want to talk about today. This is the NEX3N.
It's now, kind of its little brother, sort of. Huh?
It's its little brother, its little cousin. Now, interestingly enough, both these cameras are Alpha Camera Systems. They are a little bit different. Certainly, size is the same. But interestingly enough, both cameras are APS-C size sensors. And I'll show you in a minute what I mean there. Both of them have the similar performance, almost identical performance, in fact. Same lenses, 16 to 50 lens here, 16 to 50 lens here. Let's talk about the sensor. The sensor is really the heart of the digital camera. So I'm going to take this lens off. This is the heart of what an interchangeable lens camera is. So there, this is an APS-C size sensor. I'm going to do the same thing on this fancy DSLR. When you go in and do a quick zoom close-up, look inside that APS-C size sensor inside the A77. Now let's come over and do the same thing. The same size sensor is in both cameras. So the quality of the image that comes off both these cameras is identical. But look at the size difference. And you may ask, well, why would you ever need a camera this large?
Because it looks cool.
Well, that we need to make sure you guys look amazingly cool in the job that you do. But also, more importantly, sometimes the professional photographer needs to be able to control things in hard buttons. So shutter control, aperture control. You can do the same control through the back of the camera.
Gotcha. So it's a lot more software oriented for other controls than this camera, where again you spin it around. You see, we've got all kinds of controls here, all sorts of features. Of course, the screen will pop out as well, and you can angle that. But then, of course, the NEX will as well.
Correct. Okay. In fact, I'll show you a couple of tricks with this one. We'll set that guy aside, and I'll set him back for you in just a second. Notice that when I turn the camera on, the lens pops up. So one of the fun things you can do here, this is very similar to what we do on video cameras. You can actually control the zoom lens through a little switch here. So that's very convenient. People are used to that on camcorders, used to that on point-and-shoot cameras. If you prefer more of an SLR feel, you can actually reach up and dial it with the camera here. You can actually do it on the lens as well. Or I could set it totally manual. If I don't want to do it, I can do it manually.
And what are we talking about price-wise between these alpha models, for example, to give our audience an idea?
This camera with that lens is $1,700–1,800.
Yeah.
This camera is under $500.
Nice. And for the same quality pictures.
Same
that's
quality
pretty
picture.
cool.
Amazing difference. I did show one thing I wanted to demonstrate. Why would you need to flip around the lens? Well, one of the fun things to do is to take pictures of yourself.
Yes.
Now we can both get in the shot. We can take pictures. We can post it on Facebook. There we go. Both in the shot. There is built-in flash as well. Has 16 different filters that allow you to do artistic effects. For example, you can do black and white photos where you have just one color showing. For example, ladies love it when just red shows their lipstick or their red shoes.
So you can set that on the screen on the NEX and say, just show the red or just show the yellows or whatever.
Correct.
Sweet. Digital binoculars. This is something different that we haven't had an opportunity to play with lately. Let's talk about these babies.
These are great. These are 25-to-1 digital binoculars. They're phenomenal, very lightweight. Not only do they record and allow you to see in 2D, just like regular binoculars, you can actually do it in 3D.
Wow,
you can
that's
record
amazing.
high definition video. You can take 20 megapixel still images. They actually have a low light gain that will allow you to see things that you can't even see in the dark with your eyesight. Now granted, they are on the higher end of technology, but you know, Star Wars technology is pretty amazing that consumers can go out and buy this.
So how high end are these digital binoculars?
So these guys run about $2,000 right now.
Oh, here, hold on to them, Mike. I don't have that in my account at the moment. $2,000. What else can we do with this? I mean, first of all, the ability to look at things in 3D, you think, well, that's kind of life in general. Our eyes can do that. Well, not through a regular set of binoculars.
That's right. Whenever you're looking that telephoto, it tends to flatten the field of view.
Right.
So the nice thing here is the researchers at Sony were able to develop that 3D technology and then put it into a telescopic view. Then if you've ever used any large lenses, you know, the longer you go, the smaller your angle of view, the more shake you get. They put a stabilizer on it. So all this amazing technology, this is science fiction.
Yeah, it
This
is.
stuff-
It is Star Wars.
This is Star Wars that you can buy today at your store, your electronics store. You can go out there and you can have this. Yes, this technology
if
costs
you have
money.
$2,000, right? But now, like anything
But
else with
it is
electronics, the
fun.
price comes
price will
down,
come down.
and
That's right.
if you want to be an early adopter of these, you're going to pay for them.
That's right.
But no
Who's
doubt,
buying these? People who like to do, you know, private investigators, surveillance. People who, you know, maybe they live here on the coast in Florida. They're looking out. They like to look at the boats. They want to be able to zoom far away. Birders. Birding is getting popular all over the world.
oh, I almost thought you said burglars. I was going to say, no, that's a great burglary tool.
Birders.
Birders. People who like to look at birds.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Correct.
So birders, yeah, good point. They can identify all kinds of species, getting really close up, and take pictures and shoot video of them.
Correct. So a lot of them go out there and they say, you know, I saw that rare endangered species. They can actually take the photo, store it in a built-in drive. There's a memory card inside, either SD or memory stick. They can record moving video, or they can record the still image. They can email it to their friends or their colleagues, say, I got the evidence. Sports. Got kids, family, friends. You're watching the game. You can actually record. Was he in? Was he out on the end zone? I've got the evidence.
And with the image stabilization, you can really follow some action sports and not have that shaky feel of most regular binoculars.
That's right. Again, this is the DEV50. We're shipping it now. It's available at Sony.com. I think this is a really neat technology for Into Tomorrow, for your fans out there to see. Really showing how Sony's kind of bending the technology, bringing tomorrow really into today.
Yeah, very true. And Mike, in addition to Sony.com, we got another cool website to share with our audience.
That's right. If you want to know more about digital photography and how to take great pictures, takegreatpictures.com. It's really great. It's from the PMDA, the Photo Manufacturers and Distributors website. TakeGreatPictures.com really allowed consumers to learn all about how to take a better photo, and that's from many different manufacturers really interested in just getting people to understand how to take a better photo.
Well, as I hold them very carefully, I'm going to look into tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Love it. Very cool. If you have any questions about anything we discuss here on ITTV or about any consumer tech, or want to share a tip for some of our listeners and viewers, call us toll-free anytime 24/7 via the Ask Dave hotline, 1-800-899-INTO. That's 800-899-4686. And remember, you can also use our free Into Tomorrow app for your mobile device. And we and you prefer that. It's time now to climb aboard our tech time machine and head into yesterday. Chris is here to remind us of some of the events that helped shape technology's history, including the first time a president was heard on the radio, with his feature this week in tech history.
This week in 1913, the Ford Motor Company introduced the first moving assembly line. In 1923, this week, the first presidential address to be carried on radio was broadcast from Washington, D.C. President Calvin Coolidge addressed a joint session of the U.S. Congress. In 1927, this week, the first Ford Model A was unveiled at New York City's Waldorf Hotel and in 35 other cities around the U.S., Canada, and Europe. The car was priced affordably. The Phaeton sold for $395 and the Tudor sedan sold for $495. And this week in 1998, astronauts on the U.S. Space Shuttle Endeavour completed the most difficult task of their 12-day mission, mating modules from Russia and the United States to create the first two building blocks of the International Space Station. That's our look back at This Week in Tech History, brought to you by IFA Berlin, the global innovation show for consumer electronics and home appliances. Get more info at ifa-berlin.com. Don't forget about getting social with us. You can like us on Facebook at fb.com/intotomorrow. Then check out our official Twitter feed at IT Radio Show. We love it when our audience gets social with us, and we often send out special prizes to those who do.
Thanks for joining us again this week. All of us at Into Tomorrow and ITTV hope you and your loved ones had a great Thanksgiving, and we look forward to bringing you another fresh ITTV update next week. Meantime, be sure to check out our website anytime at your leisure, even while you're on a tryptophan high, if that'll help, at intotomorrow.com. I'm Dave Graveline. Ooh, I'm being vibrated by my Galaxy Gear. Ooh, check it out.